I think one of the biggest stories in Canada right now isn't inflation, housing, interest rates, or even the cost of living itself. I think it's what all of those things are doing to people's mental health. Because, if you listen carefully to conversations at work, family gatherings, hockey arenas, coffee shops, or online, like you start hearing the same themes over and over again. People are tired, not physically tired, financially tired, emotionally tired. They're tired of grocery prices continually fucking going up. They're tired of insurance increases. They're tired of watching housing drift further out of reach for their children. They're tired of working hard and feeling like they're standing still or even moving backwards. And what makes this especially difficult is that financial stress doesn't stay neatly contained inside your bank account. It follows you everywhere. It follows you to work. It follows you into your relationships. It follows you into family discussions. It follows you into bed at night when you're trying to sleep. In fact, multiple Canadian surveys over the years have consistently shown that money is one of the leading sources of stress for Canadians. And honestly, like that shouldn't surprise anyone. Like, think about what financial pressure actually means. It means uncertainty. It means wondering whether you'll be able to retire. It means wondering whether your children will ever be able to afford a home. It means worrying about unexpected repair bills like a job loss, an illness, or rising mortgage payments. Human beings generally handle challenges better when they can see a path forward. And what creates anxiety is uncertainty. And I think that's one reason why so many Canadians feel exhausted right now. It's not necessarily today's bills, it's the feeling that tomorrow's bills might be even higher. And what's interesting is that financial stress affects people at every income level. Like, so we often assume that it's only a problem for lower income households, but that's not really true, right? Someone earning a good income can still be under enormous pressure if their expenses, debt obligations, and responsibilities have grown alongside that income. So, a family earning six figures can still feel trapped if housing, childcare, transportation, taxes, and debt are consuming most of what's coming in. And that's why financial stress often feels invisible. Like, the person sitting beside you at work may be really fucking struggling. The parent cheering beside you at a soccer game might be struggling. The neighbor with the nice house may be struggling, one payment away from losing everything. Like, most people don't advertise financial pressure. They carry it quietly. And I think that's one reason these conversations resonate so strongly online. Like, people are realizing they're not alone. They're realizing that many other Canadians are asking the same questions. Like, am I falling behind? Will retirement even be possible? How much longer can prices keep rising? What happens if something goes wrong? But I think there's another layer we need to discuss. Financial stress becomes particularly dangerous when people start believing they have no more options, because hopelessness and helplessness are very different things, right? We may not be able to control inflation. We may not be able to control housing markets. We may not be able to control interest rates or government policy, but there are still things we can control, right? We can build skills. We can improve our knowledge. We can strengthen our professional value. We can reduce unnecessary debt. We can create additional streams of income. We can increase our resilience. And I think that's where the conversation needs to go next, right? Not because those solutions magically fix everything overnight, but because action tends to reduce anxiety. When people feel they're moving forward, even slowly, they often feel more hopeful. Ultimately, I don't think Canadians are weak, right? Not at all. I don't think they're lazy, and I certainly don't think that they're imagining these pressures. I think many people are responding rationally to a period of genuine economic uncertainty. The important thing is to not let that uncertainty convince you that you're powerless. Because while we may not control the economic environment around us, we still have considerable influence over how we prepare, adapt, and respond. And honestly, I think that's one of the most important conversations Canadians can be having right now.
A few years ago, conversations in Canada sounded very different. People talked about vacations, buying their first home, saving for retirement, or finally getting ahead after years of hard work. Today, the conversations have changed. Now it's grocery bills, Rent increases, mortgage payments, gas prices, credit card debt, and the feeling that no matter how hard you work, life keeps getting more expensive. It's not just about money anymore. It's about what that constant financial pressure is doing to people's mental health, their relationships, and their hope for the future. Today, we're looking at a series of videos from Canadians across the country, and despite coming from different provinces and different backgrounds, many of them are saying almost exactly the same thing. Before we jump in, if you enjoy thoughtful conversations about what's happening in Canada, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who cares about where this country's headed. Let's get into it.
I think what the people of Ontario care about right now is that life just gets more and more expensive, and this premier and his lavish spending are costing us more and more every day, right? Earlier this month, his friends at Metrolinx settled a $500 million dispute with another buddy of his. Ontarians are literally paying for the air so that guy who sat at the premier's family table at the premier's daughter's wedding can walk away with $500 million. Why does this premier keep wasting taxpayer dollars for his personal needs?
Got a letter in the mail. My rent is being increased. Look at my room. This is my room. I have a bed and a desk. This is the tiniest room I've ever lived in my life. There ain't nothing here. Dude, I used to own a home. My entire home, my like brick house, was $1,200 mortgage a month. I don't know, 8 years ago. I used to live across the street, and a 3-bedroom apartment was $700 a month. I don't even know what to do. I'm just upset that I got a letter in the mail that my rent's going up again for no reason. And this is my fucking bedroom. It's cute though. It's cute. I make it cute. So anyway, fuck you. Hey landlords, fucking I can't say it on Instagram.
We're going to talk about something real quick. What do you mean the cost of living is insane? Like, my husband is an electrician. He gets paid very well. I'm a small business owner, and we're not going to talk about me because being a small business owner doesn't mean much financially. But it just annoys me to no end that some weeks it feels like we're living paycheck to paycheck. And yes, I have some business debt because I took out some loans, but what the heck? I generally don't understand how the economy is the way it is, and there's people who can barely get by. Like, mind you, I was a social worker for 14 years. I was super burnt out. I have a lot of education, and so as a well-educated person, like, it just stresses me out how we are so hardworking, but yet this is what we have to deal with. And for reference, I'm in Canada. I am trying a few different things to supplement my income, but like...
Is there anybody else struggling like this right now and you're in Canada? What are you doing? What are you trying? Give me all the tips and tricks, please.
Can I say that I'm a bit shocked at some of the prices in stores? I went to Walmart the other day and the price of a large bag of mini eggs was $17. $18 if you round up. And when I went to Superstore like a few weeks ago, a small bottle of ketchup was on a good deal for $5. As someone who remembers the prices from the 2000s, this is shocking. So let me know what you guys think about the cost of things in Canadian grocery stores, and have a great day.
After hearing those stories, one question keeps coming back to me. Are Canadians simply going through a difficult economic cycle, or are we witnessing a deeper change in what everyday life feels like in this country? I genuinely love to hear your perspective. As you're watching, let me know in the comments. Do you think life in Canada has fundamentally changed over the last few years, or do you believe things will eventually get better?
You know how people have been saying that like Canada is very expensive, it's becoming a very expensive place to live in, and all and all and all. I've been seeing those videos all over my For You page. Guys, it's literally true. I went to the grocery store today because I was like, oh, let me treat myself to some mashed potatoes for dinner. You know, it's night in, whatever. Tell me why I bought 6 potatoes for $9.20. Literally $10 for 6 pieces of potatoes. I'm not talking about a bag or like a pack or anything like that. I'm talking about 6 pieces of potatoes. Guys, literally, see the receipt right there. $9.20. It's so expensive now. It's affected groceries. In my next videos, I'm going to be showing you guys how to save on grocery shopping while you're going grocery shopping, so you don't end up overspending or going way over your budget. Okay, so see you in my next video. Bye.
We have 2 good incomes. We work hard as hell. We do what we're supposed to. And Canada is still fucking expensive. Groceries? Wild. Gas? Don't even start. Bills? Constant. 2 incomes should not feel this tight. And I'm not gonna smile and pretend that this is just how it is. That's bullshit. I'm not panicking. I'm just adjusting. So instead of hoping things will get magically cheaper, quietly, intentionally, smarter.
Why is it that no matter how bad Canadians are doing, the Liberals don't want to admit that it's their fault? Yeah, it is. That's, elections have consequences. And I know that no matter how badly you Liberals are struggling, you're still going to go on and on and on about how great your government is. Yeah, I just have to keep reminding myself. You're dealing with people that don't live in reality. So I guess that's probably why. I feel bad for them though, but I'm out.
When you step back and look at all these videos together, something becomes very clear. Not everyone is experiencing the exact same financial situation. Some people are renters, others own homes, some have 2 incomes, some run businesses, some earn good salaries, others are just starting out. But despite those differences, the emotion is remarkably similar. People feel stretched, they feel uncertain, and perhaps more than anything else, they feel exhausted. One of the most striking things about these conversations is that very few people are saying they're looking for luxury. Most aren't asking for million-dollar homes or extravagant lifestyles. They're asking for something much simpler. They want to work hard and feel like they're moving forward. They want to buy groceries without feeling anxious. They want to pay their bills without wondering what unexpected expense might push them over the edge. They want to believe that the future can be better than the present. Of course, there's also disagreement about why Canada has reached this point. Some people blame government policies. Others point to inflation, global economic pressures, housing shortages, immigration levels, or decisions made by the Bank of Canada. Reasonable people can disagree about the causes and the solutions. But it's becoming harder to ignore the fact that many Canadians genuinely feel under pressure. And when enough people across different provinces, professions, and income levels start expressing the same concerns, it's worth paying attention. Because this conversation isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about confidence. It's about hope. It's about whether people still believe that hard work leads to a better life. That's a conversation that affects every Canadian, regardless of politics. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Do these videos reflect your own experience, or has your situation been different? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. I'd love to read different perspectives and have a genuine conversation. And if you enjoy balanced discussions about what's happening across Canada, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who might find it interesting. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.